So today we're going to be talking. About the surface area of a rectangular prism. Talking about surface area is actually pretty simple, and it ties into our lessons from last week and lessons about how to find an area. So when I talk rectangular prism, this is what I'm talking about. And you're going to be finding the surface area. Now that can be easily confused with volume, the amount of space it takes up the inside. But we're not trying to find that right now. Today we're trying to find the surface area, what covers the outside. We want to cover all of the entire outside and find the amount we need to cover all the sides. So in order to do that, you need to find out the area of each side. Now, it's a lot like wrapping a present. That's what we're trying to do. Find the amount you need to wrap the outside, and that's what we're looking for. So let's get started on how to do it. I'm going to introduce the surface area, the rectangular prism right now, what it looks like, and some of the dimensions that you can be aware of, and then we'll get started on how to find the area, and I'll write the formula as well. Let's get started by first drawing out a rectangular prism. So we're going to start like this. A little parallelogram at the top. This side's going to come down right here. This side's going to come down right here, and it's going to form flat on the bottom. This side is going to come down straight as well, but not all the way down. And then this side's going to connect diagonally up to it. Then here, this top point, this is going to be a dotted line coming straight down till it's right on with this line. Then it's going to come across, touch this corner, then it's going to come across and touch that corner. So it gives the effect that the shape is 3D. So, I'll give you a few seconds to kind of practice, and you'll get a lot of practice with drawing these, so yours will improve over time. But I want you to get an effect on what your rectangular prism looks like. Here's rectangular prism. I want to go through and I want to identify different measurements you're going to see. Starting with this line right here, going straight up and down. Now, going straight up and down a rectangular prism, and don't forget, this one looks like this. It could also be like this. I'm talking about this line right here. If it was turned, it would be this line right here, the one going straight up and down. And as you know, straight up and down, we call that our height. That's exactly right. Good job. Our height. So this one up and down is going to be our height. Our height is going to be either here, and our height is going to be here. This is our height, and this is our height as well. Now, I want to continue on with our two measurements now that you have the height. I also want to talk about the width and the length. So the length is going to go in front. It'll be this measurement right here on the bottom. This guy will be our width. So go ahead and label this guy our width. I'll label it over here. This is our width right here. And then coming up, so this guy up front is our width. Remember, this is our height, this is our width. Over here, going back, forming this side right here, this will be our length. And I want to label this guy our length, and that's going to be this side right here. Now we have our width, our height, and our length. Our width, our height, and our length. Width, length, and our height. Width, length, and our height. Now, if we turn this like so, this becomes our height, this becomes our width, and this becomes our length. So, now we need to look at the number of sides. If you look here, you can see that the number of sides of this rectangular prism, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 going around. 1, 2, 3 in the back, 4 on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, plus our top and our bottom. Leading to a grand total of, show me with your fingers, how many sides? That's exactly right, 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then top and the bottom. Fantastic. So, there are 6 sides total. Now, some of them are the same in this shape, and we're going to look at those. So, And I want you to really use your imagination on this guy. This bottom right here, I'm going to shade it like this. This bottom is the same as this guy up here. These have the same area. They're equal. This side right here is the same as this side over here. Which means this front and the back are also the same. And I'll kind of just cross this all out. So that means the front and the back are also the same. So same, 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 same. So, if you know the area of the front, you also know the area of the back. That's exactly right. If you know the area of the top, you also know the area of the bottom. And you know the area of this side, you also know the area of that side. That's exactly right. So, what I'm going to teach you to do now is to find the area of this side, and this side. And then to find the total area, you'll just multiply each one of these by 2. And I'll show you exactly, I'll show you the whole formula and you're going to see. But first, let's take a look at finding each one. So, write up my formula for me right now. Surface area equals 2, parentheses, remember we're multiplying. When we find the area of each side, we want to multiply it by 2, because there's another side that matches it. So 2, and then we want to find the area of each one. So let's start with the top and the bottom. To find the area of the top and the bottom, we want to multiply. So the top and the bottom is this red square right here. I'll even draw this out. It's this part right here. We want to multiply the width and the length. That's how we find the area of this guy. And there's 2 of them, there's the top and the bottom. So we'll multiply the width times the length. And we're going to add that to, well, now let's find this side. To find this side, we multiply together our height and our length. Our height and our length. So now we add this to, multiply the height and the length together. And finally, we want to find the surface area, the area of our third side, which is going to be, we'll do the front. The height and the width. So multiply the height and the width together. So essentially we're finding 3 of them. Let's close that parentheses off. We're finding the surface area of this one. We're finding the surface area of this one and the surface area of this one. And multiplying that by 2 because there's 2 of each side. Let's fill in some numbers, let's do it, and then we'll be done. Alright, let's take our prism and fill in some examples. Hard to find a good piece of chalk. Alright, I'm going to draw out this prism right here. So here is this prism right here. And I'm going to bring this dotted line down. Show. Okay, so let's give this guy some measurements. Let's make our height 10. That's this guy right here. Let's make our width, the guy in front. Let's make this guy 4. Make that guy 4, and we'll make this guy coming back along the side 6. So 10 is our height. I'm going to label these guys. 6 is our length, and 4 is our width. Now we just have to plug it into our formula. So let's do that right now. You have your formula written. Let's go right underneath your formula and start plugging it in. Watch up here. Surface area is 2 times Well, we know according to this thing that our width is 4 and our length is 6. So I'm going to say 4 times 6 plus our height is 10. Our length is 6. So this will be 4 times 6. Sorry, my mistake. I didn't mean to write 4. I meant to write 10. Good catch. Sorry, 4 times 6 plus 10 plus 6. 10 times 6 plus, finally, our height and our width. Our width is 4. Our height is 10. 10 times 4. Now, you notice when they give you this on your practice problems today, they're only going to give you 3 numbers.
Cool.
So if you multiply those 3 numbers together in different order, 4 times 6, 10 times 6, and 10 times 4, so you multiply them together in 3 different ways they can be combined. If you do that, you've covered all your measurements. So let's simplify this guy. 4 times 6, that's exactly right, is 24. Good job. Plus 10 times 6, you got it every time, it's 60. Man, you're smart. Plus 10 times 4, which is 40. Oh, you guys know your math facts. Now, let's look here. 24 plus 60 plus 40, that's exactly right. It's 124. Good job. You knew it right off the top of your head. But don't forget, we're not done yet because we still have to multiply it by 2 because there's 2 of the top, 2 of the side and the front and the back. So we multiply that by 2, meaning our area is going to be 124 times 2, which is 248 square units.